The moment you've all been waiting for. Floyd boy
What's
takes
up?
a seat.
So, Becca.
So Floyd,
So let's start from the beginning. So we're leaving Croatia. You want to dive into the airport drama that they did not show at all, but was probably the most stressful airport drama we've ever
yes.
had. So basically there were 2 teams on one flight, us on another flight, and 2 teams on another flight. So all 5 teams were taking 3 different routes to end up getting into the Netherlands, right? And our route was we had a layover in Prague that would take us to the city of the Netherlands. And what happened was our flight ended up getting delayed like 2 hours.
The first flight got delayed, and then we thought we were going to miss our second flight, and I had like a legit Amazing Race freak out where I was like about to take this bus driver because we had to like get off our plane, get on a shuttle, navigate through the airport to find our gate. The poor bus driver, I was like, we need to go now. Like, you don't understand. I was yelling at him.
You were bribing him too.
I was bribing him.
I'll give you money.
I was bribing him.
But then didn't matter because then our connecting flight.
We were sprinting through the airport faster than I've ever sprinted through an airport.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter.
Because then our next flight was delayed like 3 hours.
Yeah. We didn't realize that like the other flight got delayed like 5 hours or something ridiculous.
Everyone was having a time. Every single team was having a time. It was ridiculous.
So we just thought we were coming in late. We didn't actually know that the bikes didn't unlock until the morning. Like it made it edit it so that it seemed like we all knew that, but we didn't know that. Our like camera crew and some other producers were like having dinner in the airport. And, we went over to them to say hi, and they were like, "How's it going? You know, how are you? How you doing?" And I just started crying.
And then it didn't end there because then once we landed in the Netherlands, we probably landed at like 8 or 9 or something. Like it was evening.
Yeah, it was night.
Then so our crew was basically telling us like take these trains to get to Compton, I think is what it was. And so we sprinted through the airport, got on this first train with like 2 minutes to spare.
Yes.
Because then at this point we were like, okay,
good. We were
let's go.
Yeah.
And we were on the train in the Netherlands. And then I remember we asked this dude, we're like, how do we take the connecting train to get to Compton? He basically said something like, well, the trains are on strike. So
you can't go to that spot.
You can't. It's not going to happen. We're like, no. There's a way. We're on the Amazing
Our clue
Way.
says it, so it must be true.
And then we get off at this one train station to get on this connecting train, and like run around forever and like ask some people until we eventually figure out that this train is legit not running. The way our clue was worded, it didn't say you have to take a train. You should. Like, it recommended you should take a train. And eventually...
The police guy helped us out.
I think it was like a cleaning dude.
Yeah,
or somewhere. Like some local worker, maintenance worker is what I thought he was. He like ended up calling a taxi for us. Our taxi driver, well, he was also funny because he told us this funny story.
Yes.
About, you're going to Compton. In Compton, they have this old myth that they used to hoist cows to the top of this tower back then. And we were like,
okay.
Sweet. Thanks for that information. That's not going to help
Floyd,
us.
Did you understand the story he just told? And Floyd's like,
I have no idea. I was just nodding and smiling. So we get there, and it's Tyler and Corey and Nicole and Victor sleeping. I couldn't remember who it was. Sleeping on the ground. And then we basically like got in our sleeping bags that they had set up and slept on the floor of this train station. Being like, we just had a day of travel, like quite the day. And then we had to wake up in the morning and hop on our tandem bikes to have another day.
So then morning hits, like, finally we hit the road running.
Yeah, to the bike.
To the tandem bike, where Floyd and I worked with our greatest sense of teamwork to ride that thing really well together.
Yeah,
quite honestly.
it took us, we pretty much found the balance almost immediately. I think we had like one initial stumble and then we were there. And then what I found difficult was like, you can't, like Becca was the one on the front leading, so I had to like match.
Steer?
Couldn't match her pedaling pace sometimes. So that's when you would see like my feet be off the pedals because like I'd like accidentally slip off or something, and then they would keep going, and it's like you have to kind of find a way to jump back in. So then eventually
stop pedaling. Yeah, we'd just say stop pedaling, and then we'd catch back on, and then we'd pedal.
Yeah, but like the tandem bike was not our downfall.
No, it was not. It was actually, we crushed it on the tandem bike.
Yeah, we did.
Directions out of the gate, we were so confident. we got directions. This guy sounded so sure of himself. You saw him on the film. He was sounding so sure. Oh yeah, you just go across that bridge and it's right there
into town to get to this yacht club.
Yep. Nope. Wrong, sir. Wrong directions. You gave us the wrong directions. If you don't know where something is, just say, I don't know where that is. It's as simple as that. So...
Becca's salty.
Yeah.
Because
but
of that...
I'm salty at myself mostly because Colin was like, hey, we're getting directions here. And we were like, oh, no. Well, know what, Colin? We got better directions than you did.
Well, yeah, we were at this point where we were like, this is the final 5. We need to start not following other teams and like start taking the leadership and stuff. Which, to a point, that's good, but also it's like such a balance. And like,
how do you
it's
know
tough to know when to do that.
Yeah.
So because we took this wrong guy's directions and Afghan almost followed us, the other 3 teams went to the yacht club having the correct directions, and we got to that yacht club right as the other 3 teams were leaving.
Yeah.
So we ran around there for maybe like a minute until we found the clue, which was tucked in the sack in a random tree. The clue, high or dry. We chose high because it was like the more physical one, and it seemed like, based on the way the clue was worded, it seemed like you'd get to this farm, and then just immediately, like, once you're there...
Just hoist a cow
Just hoist the cow, and then
just
you're done.
Just hoist and go.
You had no idea. It was, like, loading on a tractor, going all the way. Whereas the other detour, it was clear. It wasn't clear you had to, like, pole vault over the river.
With
but,
the eggs and everything.
Yeah, but it was clear that you had to get these materials and, like, take them somewhere. So it felt longer. So we chose drive. But before we got there, we ended up getting lost.
Yeah, super lost.
So what happened is, like, each...
We've talked about this. We have... Okay, let's just... frame of reference here. Like, we have had like 8 interviews this week.
Yeah, we've given the same spiel like 7 times. So let me give you the spiel I've given multiple times for why we got
a new twist on the spiel.
Let me try to put a new twist on the spiel. New twist. Why do we get lost going to the detour? Well, Becca, the detour clue. This might not be a new spin, but I'm just gonna tell you. The detour clue was basically like, one detour is on farm number 7. The other detour
9.
And the other,
29.
Yeah, and the other one's
33.
Earth 33. Like, it was like, numbers were farmed. The farms were numbered. And to our left was like rolling, sprawling farmland. We're like, we saw barns, we saw farmland.
Like, it's got to be out there.
To the right was like the main road. But then we get to the main road and find a map pretty early.
It was like right across the street from the boat place.
Yeah. And this map, basically, it had farm Earth number 33, which was where the cow detour was. And we found our position, and we ended up finding this like,
we just go through here. Oh yeah, just
it was
turn
like this
right
was it, and this was it.
We're good.
Direct path would have been boom, but we were paying attention to the path. I was like, oh, the one obviously through the farmland, boom.
Yeah.
So we like went all the way around. When all we had to do is go up the main road and see the flowers.
We're like, everyone's on this road. Everyone's just biking miles and miles. This is a really far bike ride to this detour.
Which it still would have been far, but not nearly as far. No, we went all the way across some grates.
I mean, I don't know.
Through the woods. This guy in his car stopped.
Yes, his super nice car, and his dog was barking. I was scared of the dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But what they didn't show is we actually got to the other detour first, the eggs in the pole vault, and we both thought, at least I did.
We both thought.
We thought it was the roadblock. So we're like, oh, okay, because also note the detour clue didn't say anything about jumping over a ditch.
It just said the Dutch way.
Yeah, and it didn't. We couldn't see the eggs and cheese from where we were. So then we were like, okay, this is not right. Because at first we got there, we had the poles in our hands, and we were about to jump over, and then we were like, wait, this isn't right. Like, where's the cow? Do you remember that?
I don't think we had the poles in our hands.
Oh my gosh, we got close. Yeah, we did.
You did? You think so?
Yes, I very much think we were right there.
I don't remember that. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
We probably still would have gotten U-turned at that point.
Probably. We were pretty far behind.
Yeah. To find these cows, realize that we're not hauling a live cow, it's a plastic cow, which is like, okay. Loaded it onto this tractor with these friendly dudes. I think there are still a few cows left, so at least in my mind, I was like, okay.
We're still in it.
Yeah, we were probably like one of the middle teams to have found this, right?
Yeah, did not think we were like so far behind.
Because we still at that point did not make the connection of how indirectly we went to the detour.
We did not. We were like, everyone just took a long way.
Yeah.
Where is everyone? They must have done the other detour.
That biking back with that cow, like this Dutch dude riding a tractor with the cow in the back, with us next to him on a tandem bike.
It was pretty silly.
It was like I was like literally in that moment being like, "Yo, I'm on the Amazing Race."
Yeah,
like,
that was fun.
That was a cool moment.
It's cool when you can pop out of it like that.
Yeah, so that's the moment where I like consciously thought about like my friends are at home right now doing whatever boring thing, and I'm biking next to a tractor and a cow. Like, it was so cool.
Yeah, I thought the hauling was surprisingly hard. Like I don't know how those people like Colin and Victor like did it essentially by themselves, because we were definitely, every time one of us would like not be there to pull and would have to pull ourselves, like it was taxing.
And it got the higher the cow, I don't know if this is physics, it probably is, the higher the cow got, the harder it was to pull.
It
got, I know,
I
maybe
felt like it was tired.
Maybe we were just exhausted. Yeah, maybe.
I felt like I was just tired.
But then it actually took us 2 tries to do it.
It did. Okay, I thought it did.
It did take us 2 tries.
Okay,
yeah.
I was like, we got a first try. I do not remember that. I remember it being 2 tries.
Yeah, I'm guessing it took a few teams more than 1 try, but I don't know. Second time we developed this more alternating and even jumping strategy. Like I remember I was jumping and pulling.
For sure.
And then we got to U-turn board, which took us like 2 seconds to get there. And lo and behold, was our beautiful faces.
Yeah, we made sure to have goofy faces.
Yeah.
It
was a good U-turn. So fortunately, we were U-turned, but as you recall, we already had gone to the other side of the detour.
So we knew, we were like, at least we know where it is.
We knew exactly where it was.
Yes.
So we went straight to the other side of the detour, which is still like a 20-minute bike ride. It's not right there. It's freaking far away. You have to go back out into the countryside.
I remember at one point I think it was actually during that ride, there was a girl and she was riding on the bike path too, and we're like, break our wind for us, break our wind.
This little girl.
Yeah.
And these 2 people with this camera crew like,
and like we were pushing. It was a hard bike ride. We were pushing hard.
Well, we did good. Like,
yeah, we did.
The biking was not our downfall.
No.
Like, let's just be. Yeah.
Even our camera guy was like, you were booking it.
He said we were one of the fastest teams to go between the detours. Like, we did good.
Yeah.
Well, like when we reflected on this moment, Becca talked a lot about how I like was so silent during that entire thing. And, I
think I was being pretty vocal during the bike ride because it was giving me morale.
Right. Whereas for me, I'm much more of like an internal processor or an internal hyper in moments, especially in moments of stress. So then she was low-key like, are you heat stroking again? Like, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Like, what's going on? Like, there's this like, that was a thing. And like, that made her feel very alone in that leg and during these events. That was, that was my bad.
That's sweet. That's so true.
What?
I did, I felt alone, but that's true. I didn't frame it like that in my own head. But
even if I didn't have to like say anything, I could have just been like, I'm here.
Yeah,
that's
like, Floyd, are you okay?
So I was picturing myself jumping over that dish the entire ride, and as soon as we got there, I didn't even watch the demonstration. Didn't even watch. I was like, I've seen this on The Amazing Race. So like, dried off the pole with the towel, and I just went for it. I just like ran, jumped, boom.
And I look over, I'm like, Floyd's already across. Like I'm over here studying like intently. How are they planting it in the ground? How are they moving their hands up as they like? How are they holding it? Where are they holding it? How like they kind of like walk their hands up halfway through,
whereas I didn't
taking
give a frick.
Very specific notes.
Which usually like we're reversed when it comes to that. Like I'm the one who'd be doing that, whereas you're the one who like jumps in. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe
I feel like personality wise, our roles were switched in that.
So we got our cheese and our eggs. I put a bunch of grass inside to like cushion the eggs because I was like, how are we gonna possibly get back across this thing with these eggs? That is a crazy. Like, that seems impossible.
Right. So I just tossed the cheese over. I was like, I can throw that, and it rolls. Like, it has to go over. So what was going through your mind when you went over with the eggs?
I was just trying to hold on to them and get across. I was mostly focused on getting across with this extra thing in my hand. And then I got across, and I was like, I did that first try. I must be invincible.
And I think I started feeling hyped because I was like you said, I was like, should we check the eggs? And you were like, no, they're good.
I was like screaming at this point, like, we ain't going out and die.
Yeah, and I was like, I felt that. I was like, yes, let's go. We did it, Becca. So like, you like opened the bag and like looked a little bit.
I like peeled out one egg, I think.
Yeah. And then like you could see me, which I didn't remember this, but you could see me also holding the bag.
Yeah, like handing it to Floyd.
Putting my head in. And we're just like on this like high right now that blinded us.
Yeah. In hindsight, so this is something I've processed quite a bit, this moment, which I'm very happy to say at this point when I watched it, I actually had very little emotional reaction. which is shocking because even just a week before it aired, when it had scenes for next episode, I definitely felt the tears coming. And so I really have been like working on reprocessing this experience. But ultimately, what helped me come more to terms through the help of therapy, which I recommend to all for anything, was learning about how stress hormones like cortisol in the brain actually just affects our decisions. And it's something that like I teach in climbing all the time and see it. Like when I see someone get into a panic state, I notice they're making irrational choices, and that's what happened to us. Like that's what happened to me. And yeah, for so long I have had a hard time to forgive myself for it.
Didn't you say you felt like in stressful situations you get more certain?
Yeah. Yes, that's another thing. Yeah, like I noticed a number of times, like for example, we'll talk about it, but in Croatia, yeah, like knowing that I was 100% certain I had that word in the poem, which being in an unknown situation where my certainty was like trying to be stronger. I think it's just like a defense mechanism for wanting to feel some certainty when there's so many unknowns happening.
So like all I had to do was say, no, let's check the eggs. I mean, I don't know. That's like any team who gets eliminated from the Amazing Race. They can point it to like one simple sentence, one simple thing to do differently. It's always come down to one simple thing. But, you know, that's the thing I would beat myself up about is like, wait, no, like, we actually should check these eggs. Like, usually I'm good at saying, like, if one of these is cracked, that's going to cost us 10 times the amount of time it would to just sit here and check them one by one. You know what I'm saying?
No thought process.
No thought process. So then we got back on the bike, put the eggs in the back, the cheese in the back.
Singing that Hopey Dope.
And then biking back to town. And that's what we were like, this was the bike, like, on this bike ride back, we passed Nicole and Victor.
Yeah.
And we were like, they're still lost.
Yeah, we saw them lost.
And we were like, frick. And then, like, it was this moment like, here's the redemption. I was biking extra hard. I was like, I'm on a bike.
We were singing and beatboxing and like, freestyling.
All going good. And we get back to town, give them the cheese. Here's your cheese, kind sir. Take out the eggs. And I think it was the very
like the first or second egg.
Where you see that little crack.
He's like, oh no, this doesn't work. It's like, no, it's cool. Here's number 3.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Keep counting, sir. And yeah, he was like, no, I can't sell this egg. It's cracked. And I was like, oh, I will sell this egg. I will sell this egg right now, sir. And they were like, no, it's cracked. That was like when I felt all this emotion. Like I was really trying not to cry. I was trying to take some deep breaths. It's like, oh my God. We are not invincible. We are not invincible. That is surprising for some reason. And like when we went to get back on our bikes, I screamed. Like they showed me scream once, but then I actually screamed like I think like 5 times that loud a second time. But I swore, so I don't think they. And like everyone around looked at me. I was like, sorry, just having a moment.
We're just on a reality television show. This is
all
the worst
good.
day ever.
Everything's good.
Please,
it's
like,
okay.
Yeah. Whereas I was just like, all right, let's go. Like, let's get back
let
on the
that
bike.
emotion move through.
Let's get on the bike. Like it's time to go. Like we can't stand here.
Yeah,
we can't
Floyd.
quit.
Yeah, Floyd I was like, kind of just wanted to like lie down and give up. At that point, Floyd's like, we have to go back and get the other egg. That's
I was
just
like,
what
this
has
is not as bad as the shrimp trap bike in Vietnam. We can do this.
And I was just thinking about that bike ride. I was like, that is not a short bike ride.
It was long.
Though I will say, I am very honored and thankful that I finally, after 20 legs on the Amazing Race, finally got an episode title. Have you ever gotten an episode title?
No. And I say banging lines.
Floyd says banging lines.
We pole vault back over the ditch. Get the eggs. Check the eggs, right? So we get back, get the eggs. Everything's good. We get the clue. Go back to the U-turn board. We're like, oh, we're done biking. Nope. Ride your bike back to the bike station.
Which we cut off that scooter.
And then we park our bike. Probably spend literally... Okay, no, here's what
10
happened.
minutes.
Like, yeah, 10 minutes running around this entire parking lot trying to find the marked car. Because there's one left at this point. Our drive there was actually pretty good. It was actually very... Like our camera guy said, like, it was a really good, decent self-drive. You didn't get lost.
It was. We asked directions like every every
3 roundabouts, because like it was the land of roundabouts. We get to the place, open the clue box, there's 1 clue left.
And we're like, to the pit stop?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Because like, we didn't, and then...
Why are you doing that?
We didn't understand that this boat challenge in these canals took like over an hour.
Yeah.
Hour to an hour and a half. It was long. Like, it was a long route. These boats went at like 1 mile per hour, and we're going
even slower when there was gunk in the propeller, which was inevitable.
Yeah, like what happened to Afghanimals happened to us too. But we were going down every side alley. It was like a maze, and we were going down every side alley because we didn't know what these marked boats would look like.
We didn't
know how hidden they'd be. Like,
yeah, and it was 3 huge boats, so like we could barely move with nothing attached.
Yeah. With every successive boat, I was like, how is this going to work? I was like, how are we supposed to turn? Like, but eventually we find that, so we, again, pretty flawless performance in that challenge. We did really good. And we find the lake.
Yeah, we had such hope, especially because we were like at this point, we're like, where's the lake? And someone was like, we were literally about to go straight. And they were like, no, turn here, turn here.
Yeah.
And we're like, I bet other teams missed that. We're fine, we're good.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We were so stoked.
100%. And then what's funny is, so we run up to the pit stop, which, by the way, the pit stop greeter was Bertram Van Munster, who's the creator of The Amazing Race, and that was his hometown.
Oh.
He's from the Netherlands, at that area. So he was the pit stop greeter. I don't know why they didn't show him.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a conflict of interest to have him on camera. I don't know if he didn't want to be on camera. But before we even let Phil talk, we were like, we both have to pee.
We cannot. We
have
cannot.
to pee so bad. We're like, we put our feet in the mat, we're like, can we pee? So
and he's like, "You can't, really? Like, you don't? Not even a few minutes?" We're like, "No." Like,
can we just pee, Phil? And he's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." So then you went to the bathroom on the island.
Yeah,
like
there was a line, and I was like, "Can I please?" I was literally doubled over.
And then, so they let her cut in front, and then when I was about to go after her, they were like, "No." I was like, "What the frick?" So then Phil was like, "Go pee in the lake. Go stand in the lake and pee." And I was like, "Is that disrespectful?" And he's like, "No."
So Phil was doing live commentary of Floyd peeing. He's like, "Floyd, at least like pick your head up and make it look like you're looking around."
I was like, "Phil, I don't give a frick. I am tired. My bladder's full." I remember there was a camera, like a drone right above me. Like, I was like, I'm peeing on national TV. I'll give a frick.
At that point, I was like, this Hopi is so dope that like, even though you said there's no non-limbs, I'm still gonna be shocked at the fact that it's not a keep raising, because for some reason I was like, there's just no way we can be going home. Like, that's not in the writing on the wall. That's not in the cards. That's not in the story of Team Fun. I'm sorry to tell you, you have been eliminated from the race. That is just not anything I ever thought I'd hear. To be honest, maybe that's cocky, but
I mean, I don't think it's cocky. Well, like once we did our walk-off shot, you like started bawling.
Well, you did too.
I was a baller.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you were.
I did not.
Yeah, we were. We were both weeping in each other's arms. It was very sweet.
That's true. I do remember that. Okay.
You were bawling too, Floyd. Okay. I remember. It was the only time I've like seen you cry.
Okay. Yeah. But here we are. You know, learned a lot. This was a year ago. What's funny?
It's fine.
Well, like, I actually did feel over it, but then, like, after the episode airs and you get this flood of comments, which are great. But, like, this flood of comments that are like, we love you guys, you're such an inspiration, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I love that, thank you. But also, it makes you, like, relive it, almost. Does that make sense? It's like, for me, I'm, like, at a point where I'm, like, I'm ready to move on from it. So then having, like, coworkers and friends and strangers, like, constantly bombard me with, like, love, which is, like, it's the most contradictory thing. Yeah. I love that, but I'm also trying to move on from it. Like, so, like, let's just, like, be done. You have a different opinion, though.
No, I think a similar emotional reaction, but a different way of thinking about it. To me, it is overwhelmingly beautiful how many people have reached out to share, like, have taken their time out of their day to tell us that how much they love us and how we've inspired them or their kids or their family.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And it is just so, it's an honor. Like, we've watched this show. We've got lots of teams that we've fanned on over the time. And how many people are saying, like, we're their favorite team of all time?
Which is crazy.
That's crazy.
How?
So we just, want to say thank you. Yeah. It's very sweet. It's really, really sweet.
Yeah, it is. It's super sweet. Like, thank you.
But yes, it makes me want to cry. Like, that's more brings emotion to think.
For me, it's like,
I don't know why.
I really wanted, it's not that I care what people think, but it's almost like I want all those people who love us and are fans of us. Like, it's almost like I want to make them proud by winning. Like I want to give that to you. Be like, we want it for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And they're like, we don't even care. You played the game with such class, and we're like, and yeah, it's sweet. It's nice for people to recognize things that are sometimes hard to recognize ourselves.
Yeah. So it's good. Yeah, very happy. Yeah. We're gonna continue being Team Fun, even when we're not in the Amazing Race. Funstoppables.com, shirts, tanks, and some dank socks.
I love socks. I've gotten so into socks recently, and just having like bright socks on.
Yeah, but it'll be a fun finale. We're excited to reunite with our cast members.
Yeah.
Have a good time with them. And just celebrate the 31st season of The Amazing Race. Thank you for letting Team Fun be a part of it. We're so excited.
Thanks for being a part of it.
We're so lucky. Yeah. It's just, this tight, yo.
For being a part of us.
Yeah. Thanks.
For
like,
being
really, thank you.
Yourself.
Love y'all.